Now that I have all the data uploaded into Carto and a map created, I'll work on styling the data layers. I can also change the base map, zoom level, and add info windows. So I'm logged into my Carto account and have my map open, and I'll click the three vertical dots to the right of the title and choose Rename. I'll name the map Baltimore City Diabetes. To change the setting for an individual layer, you can click on the colored icon to the left of the layer name in the Layers panel. I've just clicked on the Baltimore City boundary layer. This opens the layer, which includes options to style the data and format pop-ups. So let's get oriented. At the top we have the layer name, which again we can change the same way we changed the map name. And there's a series of layer option tabs. There's a data tab, an analysis tab, style, pop-up, and legend. If I'm on the data tab, I get some information about the geometry and the feature count, and then attribute columns below that. So I'll next click on the style tab, and I want to make the city boundary hollow with an outline. So I'll click on the colored bar next to fill, and I'll set the A or alpha value to 0. This value allows you to control the transparency of a layer from 0, completely opaque, to 1, transparent. So this setting makes the fill transparent. And I'll click outside the box to dismiss it. Next I'll click the bar next to stroke, which is the outline color. I'll drag the color selector to make the outline completely black. And I'll set A to 1 to make it completely opaque. And again, I'll dismiss the box by clicking outside of it. Next, I'll rename the layer. I'll click the vertical ellipsis icon to the right of the layer name and choose Rename and call this simply City Boundary. Note the blue buttons that appear in the lower right corner of the map when I have the data set open. Clicking on this button opens up the data set in a tabular view. At that point, the map icon becomes activated, and I can click on that to return to the map. This button to the left would put the data into edit mode so that I could edit the vertices. Now that I'm done styling this layer, I'll click the back button, which takes me back to the layers panel. Ideally, the city boundary layer should be above the other polygon layers so that it draws above them on the map. Just like in QGIS, Carto lets you control the drawing order of the layers. Hovering over a layer activates it. At that point, a small double ellipsis button appears on the left-hand side. I can click on this and drag the activated layer up or down in the layers list. I'll drag the city boundary layer above the fast food and neighborhood diabetes layers and drop it. Using this same technique, I've reorganized the remaining layers. Next, I'll style the neighborhood diabetes layer. So I'll click on the layer to open it. I'll click Fill, and instead of solid, I'll choose By Value. Next, I'll search for the column, and I want it to be Baltimore City D. And I can search or scroll up and down in the list of fields to find that column. If you recall, you joined this data to the neighborhoods layer in Lab 3, Task 2. I'll keep the default 5 buckets. This is the number of classes the data will be broken into, and I'll also keep quantiles as the classification technique. Then I'll choose a yellow to dark orange color ramp. I'll click outside to dismiss, and I'll rename the layer Diabetes Morbidity by Neighborhood. And I'll click the back arrow to return to the Layers panel. Next, I'll work on the Food Deserts layer. So I'll open the layer. I'll use a fill of light navy blue. Then I'll give it a stroke color of dark blue and an alpha setting of 1. I'll click to dismiss. And notice that there are blending modes below fill and stroke. For the blending setting, I'll use multiply. Blending modes help when you have 2 overlapping layers. These are also available in QGIS. You can experiment with different blending modes here. There's several to choose from. And before heading back to the Layers panel, I'll rename this layer Food Deserts. Finally, I'll style the dialysis centers. I'll open the layer and I'll set the fill to bright green. The number to the left of the fill color is the size for the points. I'll click on this value and set it to 12 to increase the size. The stroke is the outline of the points, and I'll set this to 1.5. And I'll rename this layer as well, calling it dialysis centers. The map I originally made in QGIS has been now remade online in Carto. The legend for the diabetes morbidity needs some editing. To do this, I'll click on the diabetes morbidity layer and select the Legend tab. I'll edit the left label to read 116. I'll also edit the right label to read 2933. I'll also change the title to Number of Diabetics. Now the legend allows the map reader to know what the data actually represent. Next, I'll work on pop-up windows for the dialysis centers. I'll open the dialysis centers layer and click on the Pop-ups tab. And here I can enable and configure pop-up windows that will open either when the user clicks on a dialysis center or hovers over it. At the top of the pop-up section, there are settings for whether the pop-up opens when the user clicks on a feature or hovers over the feature. I'll leave this at click. In the Styles section, there are styles to choose from. By default, the style is set to none, and I'll select the first white style. In the Show Items section, the attribute columns are listed. So I'm going to toggle on the name and the contact phone columns. There's contact phone and name. I can also reorder these so that name is on top. And I can put my cursor in the box to the right of each and give them proper names. So I could capitalize the N in name and spell out contact phone, removing the underscore. I'll return to the Layers panel, and now when I click on an individual dialysis clinic, I get a pop-up window with the name and the phone number. You can also choose from different base maps. So I'll click on the positron base map, and there are several styles to choose from. So I could choose a different base map, for example. There are many base maps to choose from, and you can experiment with that. So in the final task, you'll learn how to create and share your online data visualization.